Hey guys. Hello. So we've got people coming into live chat already, and there's Esther here, Penny, and Linda, who's the sassy crafter. So if you see someone in blue and you're on live chat and you're with us live today, they are our moderators. So that is super cool. There we go. Now the looks like the video is coming clear. Super. So we're gonna make these really awesome, irresistibly stunning flowers today. I'm gonna show you two ways to do it. I'm going to give you a really simple DIY way to make it with very simple things. And then I'm going to give you a way to do it if you have a stamp set or you want to purchase a stamp set to do it with. Now, the stamp set that I'm using today comes from close to my heart. So if you have a way that you can get an independent demonstrator or purchase that one, good luck. I think it's a really old set. I did list in the description box below pretty much everything that you'll need to do the project today, except I couldn't get a direct link for stamps that looked exactly like this. So I did one from Inkadinkadoo, which are kind of crazy. But if you follow me today, you'll be able to see how to do these in your own way and draw them yourself. And you can use stencils and stuff to make sure that they're all the same shape and size. But it's going to be really fun. So thanks for joining us. So we've got Carol and Cynthia. Hi, Nina. And Carolyn. Satomi is here. Awesome. And I just wanted to mention ahead of time that this cutie pie right here is one that I colored. I used Spectrum Noir markers, and she's a bluebell image. So we're doing over on, join us in our group over on Facebook, which is Quality Crafts. We do the bluebell progressive challenge over there, and if you put your, if you get your image, so if you haven't joined us from the beginning, you'll have to purchase your image, which I think they're $3 right now. So you would purchase one of the magical creatures, which is what we're doing for June. So fun. My favorite thing ever. Get her or one of the creatures, color them up and put them on a card and post them where Lisa asked you to post them on her group. And then if you also post it in our group, I do a drawing for a $6 gift certificate, like a gift code to her store, so that you can get another one or two images that you want. So it's pretty cool. And then I also brought this up because I used my last few flower petals that I made in what we're going to do today to add a little embellishment to this card, and I wanted you guys to be able to see that. It's really, really cool. We will be coloring her this coming Friday. Let me see. It's going to be Friday, June 16th. So if you're interested in learning how to color her with Spectrum Noirs to look just similar, real similar to this, I will be showing you how to do that this coming Friday, June 16th. So stick around for that. But we're making the flowers today. Sandy Marino is here, and Cynthia and Pamela. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys brought your drinks and you're in your comfy pajama pants or whatever you like to be in at the end of a long work day. It was a long work day, let me tell you. Hey, Raggedy. Cheers, guys. Thanks for joining me. So, last minute last night, I got invited to, requested to join an all-day field trip. Part of the day we went bowling, and the rest of the day we sat out at a park, which normally sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm still fighting an infection and just not feeling the best. And being out in the sun was just not my favorite place to be right now. So, especially, walking around watching kids and, sixth graders. And I made the best of it. It was pretty cool, but I would have rather been packing up my office and getting ready to leave and doing that kind of stuff. So I'll get a chance to do that tomorrow. Yay, cheers. Thanks, guys. Ooh, I have to remember that this really, really rocks, like, on here, so I'll have to be aware of that. You probably will hear Liney because he loves to talk. And I do have somebody in my ear today, just so you know, trying to get a gist for using that and getting to have an ability that if I miss the chat and it gets, really busy and it's going up, that I will be able to answer your questions in a timely manner and not miss all that stuff while I'm creating. Because sometimes when I'm looking down and I'm doing all this stuff, I'm trying to look up, but I do miss things. So if you're watching us archived, it is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time when I say that my video starts. So Thursday evenings, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sunday afternoons, 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. However, to make sure that everyone gets in and is able to see everything and is here on time and doesn't miss the beginning, if you're watching archived, You want to skip over all this part probably because you can't see the chat and you're like, what is she talking about? However, I do a lot of introductions and a lot of info exchange in the first 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes, I should say, because I come on early just to communicate with my community that comes on the live chat. So you won't want to miss these things. Like if you want to know when the next coloring is coming up and stuff like that, I'll be giving out some of that information. Otherwise, just skip through this. You guys have the power to click and move as you see fit. I wasn't sure who you were talking to there, Jenny, but that's okay. No worries. People call me Jen, Jean, Jan. It's interesting. My name is Jen, short for Jennifer. I have an identical twin named Jamie. It's Jamie and Jennifer. So, oh wow, 4 o'clock on Oregon coast. Hey, thank you so much. I hope you guys really enjoy these because I think they're just gorgeous. This one was the first one I made, and it is truly huge. I will probably use this for photographing. Some of these other ones I made were a little bit smaller. Today I'm going to be using just regular Aleene's Tacky glue to put mine together. But if you want yours to have a little bit more of a, what I say, like a lift, there is a little bit of something underneath this gem, but I did hot glue with these. You can see a little bit of hot glue leaking out there. Use hot glue if you want them to separate, to have more of a definition between. Otherwise, roll them up and make them a little bit more dimensional. This one, I did this one all with glue, so the one we do today is going to look similar to this one. I think it's really stunning. So we also have something new. I'm not sure everyone will have it. I think it's still in the beta process, but it's called Super Chat. So if you're not, if you're uncomfortable with the platform of Patreon, which is my way of having you guys support me in my passion to run this full time eventually, you can join in the Super Chat and do a one-time pledge only. You can choose any amount you want. There's a little teeny tiny, like little icon that has a dollar symbol on it right next to a little icon that has a little smiley face on it. You click on there, it'll take you step by step, and it's super easy to use. So if you're ever in here and you're like, wow, that is like, I really love that content that she did today. I got a lot of value out of that. And it's really, really impressed me, or it's made my my creativeness grow, or I was really inspired. Go ahead and use that super chat and donate and help me make my channel become full time. That would be really awesome. Otherwise, down in the description box below, which I mentioned just a minute ago, almost everything you need to do this project, there'll be links to Amazon for each individual thing. Although if you go in through any link and buy anything, non-crafty or crafty, doesn't matter, as long as you're using my link, then I get a small commission for affiliating with Amazon, and that helps my channel out as well. So if you're using my Amazon links, yay, I know some of you guys are, so hearts to you. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. So I always start at 6:05 or 5 minutes after the hour. So we've got about less than a minute here, and then we're just gonna get started. We're just gonna get going. Okay, hi. Yes, I know she had told me earlier that she was not feeling well. Oh, and I don't know if you can see this because of my funky thing on the camera, but I made this I made this today on my field trip. I'm just going to take my ear off quick here so I can show it to you. And then I'm going to put it back in. On IV and being in bed. Oh my. So here's the oh, I turned off our darned autofocus, but it's just simple and it was done really quick, but I thought it was super cute. So let me just move that over to the side. And let's get started because it's 6:05 and I don't want to waste anybody's time. I want to respect the fact that you came. Thank you so very much. And I'm going to put up my little ditty here that says what we're doing today. Oops, not that one. Silly, silly. Those are the links. I don't know if they'll go through. Let me see. Oh, probably not. But I don't want to put that one up. Give me just a second. I want to find my other thing. I was adding an extra link because there was one other thing that I thought you guys might need. And so I just have to make that quick change. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Okay. And let's get started. So we are really technically going to be making this one, but I'm going to show you the very quick beginner DIY way of making it, which is going to look more similar to this. And the first thing you're going to need starting out is an embossing marker, any kind of embossing marker, which I have this set, and I do have this set linked below. It's a Zig Emboss water-based set. Writer, calligraphy, scroll and brush, and fine chisel. So there's like something of everything in here. I'm just going to pull this out. And I'm going to take this one. It's a 0.5 millimeter regular writing tip. And then I'm going to get out my vellum. So this is the pack of vellum that I have. I know you guys are always curious about what kind I'm using. It's called the Paper Studio. That's listed right here. Whoop. The Paper Studio 643999. The camera's going to be fussy now. 643999 Paper Studio. And it's just a vellum pack, clear vellum. It's a value pack for $6.99, 25 sheets. I'm pretty sure the one that I linked you through Amazon is very similar to this. It's around the same price and you get 50 sheets. So check that out if you're looking for vellum. You can get it through Amazon pretty cheaply. So I'm going to pull out a piece of this. We're going to do just some drawing on here. And so if you want to, we will be doing it two different ways. So I'm going to be using this stamp set. I'll show you that real quick. This is a close to my heart. Like I said, it's older. It's called Playful Petals. You probably won't be able to find these. I don't know. C1288. Try to look it up if you want it. Playful Petals. This is the one that we'll be using after we're done doing the DIY. The simple one. Yeah, 25. I don't know. You'll have to look for it. It's in the spring collection, it looks like. So go ahead and look for that. Otherwise, all you're going to need is your embossing powder. And I'm going to do silver today because I'm just partial to silver. And an embossing marker of some sort. And of course your heat gun. And I am totally going to use my DIY embossing buddy. If you're looking for a regular embossing buddy, which helps you with the embossing powder, it looks like this. But I'm going to use my DIY one today because I love the smell of it. It's got baby powder in it. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, I'm going to get rid of that dirt. I'm just going to rub my embossing powder over this just once real quick. You're probably not going to be able to see much. I'm just like getting rid of all the grease and all the wet marks that you probably can't even see on there. And then I'm going to get rid of the darn, I know, the autofocus that makes you guys crazy. Dun, dun, dun. Hello. Come on, camera. I turned it off. Quit being so persnickety with me. Well, look at that. I turned the autofocus off and it just went all fuzzy on us. What's up with that? Oops, let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay. I must have bumped something. I apologize. So I rubbed the embossing powder over it and we're just going to start drawing. I want to show you a quick tip here. If you want to make sure that yours are all the same, or you're not really good at drawing, you might want to first draw on the paper underneath. So let's say I want a petal about this big. I want to make it a little bit smaller because this was so huge. Guys, I'm a card maker and I don't want mine this big. So I'm going to make a petal. Hey, petal. I'm going to make a petal that's a lot smaller. And then I'm just going to draw a couple more. Now, if you want to, you can make your petal, cut it out, and then move it around, or cut them all at once. So here's one way. You do that, and then you take your embossing and you draw on it straight through to make sure that you get what you want. The second way would be just to draw one. Let's say I want a petal that's about this big. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Stick with me, guys. There's a lot of ways you can do this. I just want to show you a whole bunch of different tips and tricks so that you can have this turn out the way that you want it to turn out. Because these are not, this is not a copy me and make everything the same as Jen kind of video. This is take these ideas and run with them and make it your own. So I'm going to cut that out so that I have kind of a template here. Okay, this is the petal. I want it to be kind of small. And then I'm going to, actually I think I'm going to just cut this whole slice off. I'm going to slice off here. You're going to want to trace them. I'm going to show you a really fast way in just a second. This is just a tip. But if you're only making a few, okay, then I'm going to show you how to make them all, a lot of them, fast and furious. So this first way is just you cut out the one that you wanted, and then you took your vellum and you just crisscross it back and forth so that you can put your petal on there and make a whole bunch of them at once if you don't want to have to trace them all. Let's say you just want a vellum flower and you don't want it embossed. This is a quick way to do this. I'm going to want my embossed, so I'm going to show you a different way in just a second. Hang out. It's going to be a totally cool experience here. So now I've got a whole bunch of petals that are both exactly the same. Do you see that? I'll move it over. Okay, so I have all these little flowers. Now I could go back in and hand draw on and emboss all these little, petals, and that would be fine. But I'm just saying this is the way to do it if you want to do a whole bunch at one time, but you're not embossing. Now, if you're embossing, I would suggest you do the other way. Let me scooch these out. If you're embossing, I would suggest doing it this way. If you're concerned about the size, you would go ahead and trace your tracer. I'm going to do it kind of quick just because I don't want to run out of time to do the whole project here. You would want to trace these all the way across, however many you wanted. And the one that I'm making right now, oh my gosh, how many do I have on there? 5, 12. I've got 12 on here. So depending on how, floofy you want it, or how very few or how very many you want, you can see what I'm saying, that this could take you in any direction whatsoever. So you would continue to trace this all the way around. Okay, all the way across. I'm just going to do a few just to show you what I'm talking about. And then you would put your vellum over the top of it. Use your embosser to go around it. And this is going to give you an outlined, embossed petal, a whole bunch of them. And then you can do your designs on the inside. So whatever kind of design you want on the inside, you either can draw it and then trace it, or just draw it freehand. So I'm just going to draw like a couple of ovals in here. This is an embossing marker, so this is meant to stay wet. And I'm just going to put like some other little, some little dots and things in here, just freehand. It's probably a little bit hard for you guys to see from that far away. Let me bring it in a tad. It's hard. It's really hard for me to see too. It's a very light blue, so if you're using it in your space, you're totally going to see what it is. But then once you lift it up, you're going to see probably almost nothing. There we go. Do you see where I put in the little designs? And so now we're just going to take that silver. 71 people watching. Yay! I'm super excited about this project. I think that you guys are really going to love these. I can't wait to see what you guys make and put out on my group over on Facebook. That will be so much fun. So I'm just taking a paintbrush here and just wiping off the ones. I didn't do a very good job with my embossing, buddy. I think I jumped too far ahead with that. But we're going to do some more, so never fear. This is just the beginning. So there you can see where you've got the embossing powder on there, and then we're just going to heat that with the heat gun until it melts. I'll try to keep it at this level so you guys can see it. Alrighty, and it's that quick. So look at the little petals that I have, and those are handmade. So that is the easiest way to do it. So either you're going to end up with a bunch. If you fold it, you'll end up with a bunch all together. And then you can definitely do this embossing on here too, but you'd have to do them all one at a time. See how fussy that can be? That's the whole point in doing that. But these are the DIY ones, so you're going to trace it, or you're going to write it underneath. You guys have to pick what works for you. I know we're all at differing levels, but now I want to show you if you have a stamp set. I have made a mess of this. All right, now I'm going to show you that if you have a stamp set, I'm going to turn this over, how much quicker it can be. So keep on looking for those things. I'm using silver embossing powder. So it's not clear or white, but you can do any color you want. If you want it to be white and that looks good for your project, then use white. So I did, out of this set, I did this one right here. So I think maybe we'll use a different one this time. Do you guys want to vote? I think I'll give you a chance to vote on this. For this next one, as we do it, which one of these petals would you rather see? Yes, Raggedy, you can totally die cut flowers too. The thing is though, if you're going to emboss them, I would do the stamping and the embossing and then the cutting at the end. And once I do this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And then Kay Meyer says that she uses a punch. That is an awesome way to do it. So if you've got petal punches, by all means. Yep. So one said the scalped one. I'm thinking you're thinking this one. Kay said, oh, the one with the swirls. This is one I originally did. This one with the intricate design. That one. Hey, Krissa. Scalloped one, solid one, scalloped one. We've already done this one. We've already done that. I've already done that one. Albert, oh, let me bring this in case some of you guys are jumping in as, oh, I just bent one of my flowers too. Bend it back the other way. There we go. We've already done the swirls. That's this one right here. Yeah, we did that. We did that already. Here's another one that has the swirls. I mean, all three of these do. All three of these have the swirls. Let me back out just a tad. Wrong way. This one. So this one, I think. Let's go with this one. And if we have time, we'll do some of the other ones too, just so you guys can see how they turn out. So this is the black and white one with the intricate design. It'll come out mostly silver with just a little bit of vellum. Do you see that? Because most of the stamp is solid, and so it's going to be very much different than the other one. So let's try this out. I think this will be really cool. So we're going to use Versamark, which just is a clear, wet ink meant to stay wet for a long period of time. And I'm going to see if I can't get this to work better this time. I kind of had my hands all over it though, waiting and putting my oils back on. Hi, baby. No, not right now. No, Mama's teaching. I know. So we're just going to go ahead and stamp out. Now, I don't have a punch for these, although if I did, that'd be awesome. I'm going to stamp them all out. We're going to emboss them. This is going to go super fast, but then I'm going to have to fussy cut. So, you know, think about some things to chat about when we get to that point. And vellum can be a little slippery, so when you're doing this, you want to make sure you go straight down and then straight back up. You don't want your images to slide, because then you'll be disappointed with the outcome. So you might see my head or my hat a little bit. Now I needed 12 for that other one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make sure that we get at least 12. I mean, you don't have to do a whole 12. My goodness, you can do however many or few you want. I'm getting a little bit not quite even because I was going too fast, but that's okay. When you do yours, you just take your time and go slow and get what you're looking for. Okay. So I've got 12 of them along there. You can see that if I put my hand back there, that's where they are. And We're going to do these again in silver just because I'm partial to silver. I love it. Gold would look beautiful too. Any other kind of colors that you have in your embossing powder, just experiment with it and do what you like. It's not about what anyone else likes, right? You're the artist. Do what you like. You know, unless you're making it for somebody and you're trying to incorporate their favorites, then by all means do it. I did a lot better that time. Just got one little part that kind of stuck. So there we have all the embossing powder on there. And let's heat this up. Here comes the magic. The magic. Oh, thank you for joining me. Ooh. You know what? Let me back this out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Just realized I'm a little close up. There we go. Okay. It doesn't take too long once that gun heats up, right? Somebody's asking about the weight of the vellum. I'm going to show you. The vellum again, one more time, is the Paper Studio 643999. It's hard to see that far away, but 643999. Paper Studio Vellum Pack, value 25 sheet value pack, clear, and it does not give a weight. No weight on it at all. It's just, you know, a super inexpensive clear vellum. I'd say it's probably not more than what? I don't know. I didn't even want to guess because I'll probably get it wrong. I'm not like a guru of weights of paper and stuff. So now my point being is that these turned out to be very, very silver because of the intricate marking there, which is fine. I mean, this flower is going to turn out really cool. But I want you to keep that in mind when you're looking at your design. The more open it is, like this one, the one that I originally did with the swirls, the more of the vellum that's going to show through. So that's up to you what kind of look you want. If I did this one with the dotted line, then it's going to look a lot more like vellum. Maybe this one too. So that's where we're at with that. So let me go ahead and just fussy cut these out. I have a feeling in the time that we've used right now, I could probably pump out at least another 12 of another design. But I want to be able to put this into a piece of, I want to be able to make this into a flower for you before you go. And it takes a little time to fussy cut it because, like I said, I don't have a punch to punch these out with. But if you can find a floral petal, fussy cutting is my thing though, so I don't mind it. But there are some of you guys who either are arthritic or you just really, really hate fussy cutting, and I get that. Then you're going to want to look for a stamp set that's got like petals or just a design that's kind of oval maybe, that comes with a punch or a die so that you can make those a lot quicker and a lot easier on yourselves. So Deb would suggest tucking those petals in one of the original flowers with the swirl would be pretty. I wish I had time in all the videos to do everything that you guys have ideas for because you're amazing. You guys come up with the coolest stuff. I'm going to go ahead and start setting these on the side to the left here so that you can see the ones as I'm finishing them. I'm trying to cut sort of close to it, but leaving just a little tiny vellum border. But like I'm moving pretty darn fast. If I was doing this as a project just for myself, just for the fun of it, I would totally take my time in fussy cutting these and I just love it. I mean, I have no problem doing it. So, although I will admit, I love a good punch. If they're, yeah. I truly do love punches. I have quite a punch addiction. Someday, I'll show you guys some views of my crafty room. If you're lucky enough to be a Patreon, recently I did a room tour of my new space, and it is constantly changing. I have this spot where I keep stuff handy up above me here, and I found this really cool. It looks like a mini, what do you call it? A mini oven with the door that opens and stuff, and And I use that to put all my stuff on. It looks really, really cute. See there, I've got more people in here that are like totally, yes, rum punch. And another person who agrees with me that this is relaxing. Fussy cutting can be relaxing. And then one thing I neglected to do that I'm going to have to pop off screen for is you can do this any way you want. You can put these on felt and use hot glue, especially if you want some dimension to them. I'm not using hot glue today just because it's simpler for me to just use regular glue. But you can. Ooh, Fiskars makes a squeeze petal punch, huh? Does it stamp though? You have to draw on your own design then, right? That'd be cool. Yes, it's a kid's wooden kitchen. It's tiny. I'm not tiny. It's about 16 inches tall and 16 inches wide, give or take. But it's really fun. It's really unique. I thought, oh, that's unique. I love that. Okay, what I was trying to get to was the fact that you need something under your flower. So you can use felt or whatever you want. I just use a little circle piece of paper, and I tried to do something that's going to be a little inconspicuous. But as long as it's as big as about whatever you're going to put in the middle, you don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to go and quickly grab my punch, and we'll just do it out of white that we have sitting here. Yeah, see, so there's not much, it's not too far away from my desk. And I have a piece of cardstock here, so I'm going to do mine out of cardstock. Oh, and it was a little crooked, but that's okay. We're going to use this one today. And then we're just going to start gluing petals where we want them. See if I can get in. I'll do just a little bit closer here. It really shines off that light. We're going to use Aleene's Tacky glue today. Alrighty, just making sure I'm ready here. Right now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue all over this. And then I'm going to start putting them on. I like the wet glue aspect of it better than the hot glue, just because then if I want to move something around, I can. So I am sort of mimicking this one. Yeah, actually this one. That's got like 12 petals on it. So there's like 6 on top. 1, 2, 3. No, there's 7 on top. So that's 2, 3, 4. And then I want 3 more. 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is the underneath side. I gotta go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe there's 14. Holy man. We're just gonna use what we have and just go with it. That is not as important as how it looks. I'm looking around to see how I like the way it looks, and then I'm just gonna make sure that I push these down in the middle to make sure they glue well. They were curling up just a bit. Kinda gotta watch for that. And then I can move them around just a tad. There we go. So these are already lifting up and becoming a little bit dimensional, which is super cool. Let me just move this out of the way because otherwise I can't see my chat. Can't see the chat. And another thing, I don't know if you could tell in the beginning. Let me throw these things out so I can show you. You can color these from the back, which is really fun. This one I colored from the back a light pink. Do you see that? I just used an alcohol-based marker. I think you could use regular water-based markers as well. It doesn't matter. Any kind of marker you have. And then this one was double. I will be with you when I'm done. I did purple. I love that one. Isn't the purple pretty? So the purple with just regular and then the silver is so fun. Yeah, well, Dad can feed you a little bit if he wants to. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait. And then we're just going to put a little bit more glue on the top of there. We're going to add the last, how many do you have left? We have 5 left. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each one. And I'm going to put these in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them is not going to have an in-between. If you push these guys in further or you cut them off, they'll be a little bit shorter than the other ones, and they'll, like this one. So all I did was I chopped these like and shoved them in deeper. I can show you that on the next one. But for right now, let's just go ahead and see if we can't get all of these glued on and get a middle for them. I think I'm going to be one short to do all of the inner. You know, I'm going like every other one. So let's do that one. We'll skip that one. And then we'll do one right there. And remember, this is just regular Aleene's tacky glue right now. That's all I'm using. Def says my Maine Coon cat is talking now too. You know, not being out in this bigger space, there's nothing I can do. I can't close my door for privacy like I used to. So the kitty cats, when they come out, they come out. Now, if you're having trouble getting glue, if you do a lot of like embossed like this, my other ones didn't have as much embossing on them. So I was literally gluing vellum to vellum, which works very well with wet glue. But now I'm noticing that we're gluing the embossing powder. I'm hoping this will hold, but if not, just switch over to a hot glue and that'll solve the problem, I believe. Hopefully. It doesn't stick to everything though, because Jen Marker and I were messing around with some things, and it does not stick to washi tape. It peels right off like if you want to make your own glue dots, you could put it on washi tape, I guess. I pulled out some other things too. You're gonna notice that I used these. I couldn't find these anywhere to give you a link. But if you want to look them up again, they're called In Bloom bead designs of some sort. The number is 481630. But I did put in the description box below a link to some other ones. So if you use that link and then you search for something else, you can still, you know, purchase whatever works for you. And it will still go through my Amazon affiliate if you're trying to do that. These are the ones that I used, and I couldn't find these either. It wouldn't look them up. Recollections, I'm pretty sure these came from either Joann's or Michael. So if you're interested in those round ones, like this one, that's where that came from. And that's the one I'm going to put on this one right now. But you can use anything you've got laying around your craft room, like oversized, what do you call these, flat back pearls. Or these other ones that are really, you know, shiny and different. Any kind of blings that you have in your craft room will work fine. You don't have to have the specific ones I have. Look around. I'm sure you have a bunch in your craft hoard just like I do too. So I'm going to put that one like right in the middle here. And give it a nice push so it stays. And then I've got another flower made. And that one's even, oh my gosh, it's so elegant. You guys, you could use these for weddings. They're so pretty. Mother's Day. Father's Day. It's just gorgeous. Look at the shine. Look at all the ones. And so this one was a hand-drawn one, like I showed you in the beginning. I just went ahead and hand drew every single one of them and then fussy cut them all out and put them together. But look at the shape of it regarding to my hand, how large it is. Keep in mind, if you're doing cards, you're going to want something that's a little bit smaller. Maybe even yet smaller than this. So I'm going to try to go ahead and use some of the ones that we originally made here. We've got plenty of time. So pretty, right? I just know you guys are going to just knock this out of the park once you get going on it. I'm going to pull out some of these other ones that we made. 1, 2, let me see how many we have though. Whoops. I'll get these in frame for you. These were the ones that we just made really quick. And there's no embossing on them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, did I toss out that? I hope I didn't toss out the one that we created that I was tracing. If I did, we'll just start over and do another one. I think I did toss it. Bummer. Should I just trace another one? That'll work. Let's do that. Where there's a will, there's a way. I was trying to get the new Patreon. That's what I could do while I'm fussy cutting, to show you guys the new Patreon list. But I'm just going to go ahead and trace this one real quick. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible, honey. Okay. And I'm going to make some more of these. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that was the length of this. And I don't quite have enough now because I already cut some off. So let's see how many more we can get out of here. So I'm going to show this again, especially since people come in and out, or maybe you're just popping, just running through the video, trying to find just the stuff that you want, because, you know, I know we all do it. You just fold it back and forth and then cut. So instead of cutting, you know, 100 times, you just cut once and you get a whole bunch of them. I'm going to save that one though. That was one that we did earlier. That was a freehand drawing one. So now I've just got that one. These are not embossed. They're just the vellum. Put the flower on my hat? I don't think it would stay. You guys are funny. Whoop. So let's see how many more we got out of this. I think we could maybe put a flower together with that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. That'll be good. All right. So let's just make one out of just vellum and see. Oh, no, let's not. Let's color these. I'm going to show you how you can color them. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Oh, my goodness. Listen to you. Listen to you. Here's a couple of different colors that we can try. And I'm going to show you that we can use Crayola as well. So Crayola will color them. It's my opinion that you should color it from one side, because see, then you gotta let it dry. When I use the alcohol markers, these dry faster. I'm gonna try a red one. And see, it's curling up too. Do you see that? I'm sorry, I was out of frame. Let me do this one. This one is with a Spectrum Noir alcohol-based marker. All right. Got to give them a little bit of time to dry, but this is a DR3 if you're wondering. And the other one is just a regular Crayola purple. And the alcohol ones don't curl up as much, but then you can put them all together. So maybe we should do just a couple more of, I really like this blue too. Let's do one in this blue. This is a TB4. Kelly is shopping while she's watching. You go, Kelly. Okay, so we've got a couple different colors here, so maybe we should just do, I'm going to line these up. Hopefully we'll still have time to do one more of the stamped images, but just for the fun of it, let's make this one multicolored, and it's not going to have any embossing on it, so we're just trying something a little different. You can pounce alcohol inks on here too for a really mottled look. I don't know how to explain that. It looks really pretty. But if you've got alcohol inks and you want to pounce it, that's fun. So we'll do these in red, or sort of a red. Oh my goodness. That little peanut thinks he's starving. You could definitely color these before you cut them too. If you're going to want to color a whole stripe or whatever you want to do, that would work as well. So here I'm going to do the Crayola purple on these last two, and hopefully by then some of these will be dry enough for us to start putting together. But you'll notice when we flip them over there and start making them into the flower, they're going to be less bright. Now, if you're okay with the bright side being up, then use it with the bright side being up. That's totally fine. Clear embossing, you could put clear embossing powder over it if they're wet enough and they stay wet long enough. Probably would have the best result of that with a Crayola marker because it's pretty wet, takes some time to dry. Would not recommend trying it with the alcohol base just because they are made to dry fast. But I mean, if you're like lightning, go for it. I mean, I'm not against trying anything. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of my experience and what my opinions are. So yeah, feel free. try it out. If you come up with something that's super cool that worked for you, let us know. We would all love to be inspired and try it out. I'm just giving these a few seconds to dry here. I'm going to clean up my space and move a few of these things out of the way. You sure are demanding tonight, young sir. Why don't you play with your mousy toy? No, people are getting tired of hearing you. Whoop, I lost one. Let's put these down. Oh, look on the black. It looks orange, doesn't it? I think I lost one leaf. Yes, I did. One petal. No, these are not for eating, my sweets. They are not. Do you want to say hello? Come here. Come here. Say hello. They could probably hear you purring. Can you look up here? Up here, buddy. Up here. Up here. No, not my hat, goofy boy. You sneaky. You gotta be quiet, see? I know you can't see all the people out there, but there's lots of people out there, and they don't want to listen anymore. So shh, quiet, it's okay. Okay, that was Liney. So now, I don't know which side. Yeah, I will. The lighter sides. I'm gonna put the lighter sides down. I mean, he's fuzzy. And put them together, I don't know, willy-nilly, however we get this. Let me go ahead and punch another base. And if you're wondering about the base, it's a 3/4 inch punch is what I'm using right now if you're looking at sizing. But you know, use what you guys have in your stash and do what works for you, because that's going to make more sense than going out and buying a bajillion things. Hi, Jelly Belly. Oh, I'm so glad you love kitties. He's a very noisy kitty. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on these guys and create this flower for you. And let's just see how they turn out. I don't know, I've never done one like this. It should be pretty cool. Whoops. Now I'm kind of thinking maybe I want the color up. I don't know. Let's just go color down because that's what I said. You can do them however you want. I mean, maybe you've got one that you want to be a little bit more pastel. Well, that's what's going to be good for this. If you want brighter colors, then flip them over. Dun, dun, dun. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 and 5 just to make darn sure that we cover that whole thing. Whoops. Gonna have to give this guy some time to dry. That glue makes the color come off. Do you see that? This is messy. The ones that I did, I used just alcohol inks, and I think that's much better. The purple looks like the color is just like coming off. I'm not so sure you guys are gonna really like the look of that. It's messy. So keep in mind, something to think about. Another thing you can do with vellum from behind is to use, what do you call it? I'll show you a little bit of that too. Oh, that's awesome. Who said that? Somebody bought three of the glue bottles and she really likes them? That's super. So she's talking about this little glue bottle right here. I sell these in the store over at qualitycrafts.com if you're interested. It comes with a little stainless steel pin, and then it also comes with a little rubber cap, which I just take off of mine because I just leave it laying on my desk like this the whole time. It makes it easier to get the glue out. So there we've got our flower. Not as fun as the embossed ones, I don't think. There's the bright colors from the other side. We could use that. I'm going to stick with this side, though. I'm going to put something different in the middle. I'm going to try this Nuvo. Thanks so much, Anita. I'm going to try this Nuvo and put a great big round shiny center in here. I'm looking through my petals and trying to find that paper underneath. Now, some of you guys aren't going to think this one's quite as pretty as the other ones, and I would agree with you, but some of you guys are going to think this is really cool. So that's totally up to you. This would be kind of similar to stickles or things like that. This one's not my favorite, but it is another style. So here's the other one that we made just before. See, difference in elegance. But this is to show you some techniques, not necessarily to make something that's totally eye-catching. These are the ones I was talking about. This one that looks pink. Let me get my white paper out here. Otherwise, you can't really see it. This one is pink, and this one is purple. I did those with alcohol inks, the alcohol markers, these Spectrum Noirs. Okay, so if you don't want yours to come off, feel free. Use alcohol markers if you have them. Truly, it'll save you some time. We've got about 10 minutes left. I wonder if we could just, let me move this one that's all gonna stick to everything. Let's see if we can't make just one more flower using that other one that people really, really liked. So I'm gonna take this one off. Pick up the things that I'm dropping on the floor and try the one with the, put this one guy back. Try this one. Okay, this is the scalloped one that a lot of people liked. I'm gonna pull out my piece of vellum here, and we're gonna put together one more card. There it is. So Versamark. There's gonna be even more variety too, guys, when you guys get your hands on these and just start making them. So making the actual the stamped images and doing the embossing takes what, 2 minutes? It's the fussy cutting that takes the time. I'm just making more than I think I'm gonna need so that I can get that flower done. And I'm gonna run over and grab the gold for you guys so you can see it in a different color. Oh, I know, I got up and you thought I was gonna go feed you. I'm sorry, buddy. Not yet. This one is a sparkle gold. We're gonna just try this sparkle gold. Almost done, buds, almost. And I forgot to use my embossing buddy, so we'll just see how it works out. Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. Yep, I do have a couple of spots where it's stuck, so I'm just going to use my trusty old paintbrush. Get rid of some of that in between. This one really got it. I must have touched my dirty Chinese eating finger out of there. I had Chinese for dinner. I probably got grease all over my finger and just touched that all up. Okay, so there you see all that shiny gold. We're going to go ahead and emboss that. Well, once that gets hot, it really goes fast. There we go. Look at all that shiny goodness. So now comes the time where I have to fussy cut. Look, we got a good 10 minutes left there. I think I'll be able to pull this off. Let me just see. Let me just pull this up real quick here. Okay, so this is my list of my awesome patrons, and I'm missing one that I've added in since. Yep. And her name is Lynn Davies. So I want to say a great big shout out and thanks to Lynn Davy, Esther Carver, Regina Adamy, Catherine Godwin, Jennifer Scheinman, Heidi Lilly, and Linda Landis, who are our newest patrons. Yay! I wish I had like a little sound box I could play like applause and stuff. And then we have two VIP patrons who give $15 or more every month, and that is Deborah Miller and Deb Witt. Thank you guys so much for believing in me and for wanting Quality Crafts to expand and become full-time. So now as I'm fussy cutting these, they are scalloped, but I'm not going to take time to cut out every little bump and scallop because you guys would fall asleep. It'd be a real snore. I'm just going to go ahead and cut these out real quickly like I did the last time. Now these would be really cool if you took the time too also to like cut out the centers, but I'm not going to do that either. It's just an idea. If you guys have one that's going to be kind of similar to this. Excuse me while I itch my eye and take a drink. Cheers. I see Penny also mentioning too, what I said in the beginning is that there's now this new super chat thing out. So if joining on Patreon and pledging every month isn't for you, but you're like super excited about what we're doing today, or you come across a live video that you think is fabulous, you're getting great quality content out of, and you're like, that really made a big difference in how I craft, go ahead and use the super chat and do a one-time donation. Your little name and everything will just pop up real big and bright on top of the screen, and we'll all get to cheer for you. It's super fun. There was one other one that we did it that a couple people did it and it was really cool. So this will probably be the last thing we get done today because we're running out of time. We'll do this last flower, and then I hope to see you over at Quality Crafts on Facebook. And if you're wondering how to spell that, one of my awesome moderators will put that link in there for you so you can find us quickly. Make sure that you are answering the 3 questions on your way in, because otherwise I will think you are a bot and I might just exclude your name from being approved. I love the questions because then I get a gist of where you're coming from, what you're coming in with. Like, are you going to be a contributor or are you just going to be kind of hanging out? Because there's no commitment. There's no commitment. There's no drama over there. So it's a fun place to hang out, and no participation police are going to be wee you, looking, hunting you down like you have not entered anything in the last 3 months. So we're booting you tomorrow. Nothing like that. You guys just come on in and have a good time. That's what it's there for. So I'd love for you guys to come over and do that. If you're looking to shop, you can use my Amazon links. They're in my shop and also on qualitycrafts.com and also listed in the description box below for your convenience. If you use a link of mine from Amazon, I do affiliate, so I get a small commission, which is awesome because it helps my channel become full-time, which is, well, would be amazing. So you're going to see a lot more of me this summer, just so you know. I work full-time for a school district, so I do have summers off. Other than some of the ongoing continuing ed that they offer, I'll be taking some of that too. But for the most part, I will be here quite a bit. I hope to be jumping on my patron page and doing exclusive videos over there that are live, going over some new products and things. Be doing some things on my regular channel, so stick around here and check out the Jen Evers channel too, so that you can see what's going on there. I love this project. I hope you guys too. I couldn't believe how pretty they turned out. They're so elegant. You could use them for making your own wedding cards even. That'd be cool. You'd want to punch for that though. You had to fussy cut out 50 to 100 wedding, and oh, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Crazy. All right. We need a base for this guy. Let me do another little punchy here. Almost time, honey. I know. You're counting the minutes, aren't you? I know. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Oh, you know what I wanted to show you guys was really quick before I go, before I put this together. Where is my, there we go, my cushy guy. So I was talking about this tool. If you've got a tool like this, or you've got something that just has, you know, a blunt end, you can go on vellum like this, and you could create like a whited out spot. Oops, I'm sorry, I wasn't even in frame. Let me move over. So if you were doing this, let's say we were doing this one, you could go in from one side and make part of it look white. Do you see that? Or maybe I want to go in this part right here and make this look kind of white. You'd want to do it a lot fancier than me, not so quick and messy and sloppy. But do you see that? You can make some of it look white, and that's really cool. But you'd probably want to do it from the back side. Let's try it from the back side and see if that makes a difference in how it looks. The bigger the ball, the less you're going to see all those little tiny marks. You know, when you're literally, you want to take your time doing it, but there you can see that's white too. So you can add in all kinds of different looks. You can do colored and then do that white. Oh, this is so much fun, so little time, right? So many fantastic things, not enough time to do them all. And then I lost my glue bottle in the interim here. Where did I set that baby? Oh, there it is. Roll back behind there. Alright, so let's just put a little dot of glue on here and start going. I'm going to put these more towards the edge. And then I'm going to do like what I said before, where you can cut them off and make them look a little bit shorter. And I've got like 13 of these guys, so I should be able to go around this 2 times and get them pretty close with no problems. Yeah, one more. Sometimes once you get that glue going, it just keeps coming out the bottom of that glue bottle. That's okay. Just wipe it off. These are curling up. Look at that. Okay, and then have I been out of frame? I hope I have not been out of frame for that whole thing. Excuse me. Put a bunch of these leaves or petals together here. I don't know how many I need, but this is what I did with the last one. I went ahead and I just cut off a little piece of these, like maybe 1/4 of an inch, and then went ahead and glued those. And these are going to overlap quite a bit, but that way, see how it looks like it's about half. You know, move that out, play around with it wherever you think it looks good, and then glue them down. Hot glue makes this a lot faster and gives it a little bit more depth. So think about using hot glue. I just didn't want to have to bring that out today. It's been a week. It's been a week, you guys. I'm drained. I really seriously thought about just canceling this video, and I just couldn't do it because I just love these flowers so much, and I love you guys so much. I don't want to let you down, but I could just fall over right now. I'm gonna move that one. I want to get in 2 more here. They don't have to be perfect. No real flowers in the real world are, if you take a really good look at them. They're not all perfectly symmetrical, so don't get hung up about that when you're making your flowers. Truly, don't beat yourself up about that. If I did that, I wouldn't like anything I made, you know. Woo! Oh, I just want to show you this real quick as this is drying. Look how pretty that Nuvo looks. It's still really wet, but pretty dang cool. And I ended up with a couple extra petals here too, but I want to put something in the middle there, and I think one of those more yellowish looking ones like this would look really pretty with that gold. So let's just put one down and see what it looks like. Alrighty, she's got 2 of those glue bottles just in case she misplaces one, just like I did. That's funny. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. That's gonna go really well with that. And I usually hot glue these on. I don't know that a regular glue is going to stick those down. You know what? And I don't have my Glossy Accents since I moved. Oh, yes, I do. Here they are. I'm going to try my Glossy Accents with this. This seems to just be a different kind of a glue. But just be careful if you are using Glossy Accents. Liquid glass, liquid embossing, whatever they're called, they end up being shiny when they dry. So if this oozes out all over the place, you're going to have shiny mistakes everywhere. So that's just a warning. So I'm just going to put that on there. Hopefully that'll work. If not, I'm just going to get out my glue gun later and just fix it. This is a like 20-year-old bottle of liquid glass from close to my heart. I still have it. Crazy, right? Look how pretty that turned out. Oh, so cool. And it is 7:01. So out of respect for your time and mine, I'm going to quickly finish up here. We'll bring in and do a little bit of a review. I've already talked about pretty much the Facebook group, the store, and my Amazon link. So I hope that you guys will help me out by doing that. If you're really passionate about it, join me on Patreon. I'd love to have you there. And hopefully our moderators will have a minute to just put in a couple more of those links. I'm going to back out here and show you what we've done today. Move my mouse pad out of the way. There we go. So this was the one that I started out with. Like, just remember, you can order this set. This is in the description box below of these Zig Emboss markers. These are fabulous. These have a whole bunch of different tips, including writers, calligraphy writers, scroll and brush, fine and chisel, and you get this whole set. And it's not that expensive. And I love this. This is so cool. Someday we'll just play around with this. But I used one of these to hand draw this. So you can hand draw them. And then we did one where we traced it. We traced this one. This was just to show that you could trace. But then I would add some embossing on here as well. And then we showed how you can color. So this one is a color of pink. And this one had a little bit of color of purple. And we talked about how alcohol markers work best because they don't reenact when the glue gets on them. You know, they don't get all smudgy and messy. They dry and they stay stable. And then we did this one live today. This is fabulous. I love this one. And we did this one live today with the stamped leaves. So pretty. One in silver, one in gold. And then, yeah, we did this one today. And we went over a lot of different tips and tricks. So I hope that you guys will try out all the different kinds of tips and tricks and show me up, you know. Take this and run with it and make things, like make it an original flower. I would love to see your hand-drawn ones or any of the ones that you come up with, any of the stamps that you have, over on Quality Crafts on Facebook. Join us there. Make sure you answer the 3 questions so we get you in as promptly as we can so we don't think that you're a robot. And I think I'm just going to look back once real quick to see if there's any more questions. Hit that thumbs up and that like button. And if you're wondering where my notifications are, there's a little bell icon right next to where you subscribed by the big red subscribe button. Hit that little bell icon and then you can choose to be notified anytime that I go live or put out a new video so that you don't miss any of that. Okay, and I can't wait to see all of you guys next video.